Let's go.
Big G, that intro is for you today because that was the Crash Dummies. And boy, when the last show we just had, Smash the Gas on the Know It Alls channel, you crashed out, Big G. Hope you're not sitting here, still sitting here in your shiesty, man. Hopefully you over here a little more on the calm, chill side for to pump your brakes, man, because we bring calm and reason to Steeler Nation, especially Shannon. I'm usually typically the voice of reason. You and Shannon more passionate than me. I just share what I think, and it could be right or wrong. Just share what I think. Big G, show your face. Mask off. Yes.
Well, listen.
Yes,
already
yes,
showed
yes.
you that they better buckle the hell up, because the first one of them Yeezys to get over there to acting up, I promise you, I'm going right back to where I was. Shannon, I'm not in a safe place right now, Shannon. I'm supposed to be in a safe place right now, and they got me crashing out. Shannon, I don't know. They better buckle up. I'm telling you. The first one. And listen, look, put big punishment in the padded room for what he said earlier right now. Put him in the padded room, bro. There's no matrix for him. Put him in there.
Let's pull it up. Pun.
Yeah.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
Holla at you. Bye-bye. Holla.
Padded room, Big G.
Padded room. Holla at you, bro.
Oh, I don't got the padded room on here, man. It's on the Know It Alls thing.
You trash.
I gotta bring the padded room over. I get it before the show, but right now, here just go to the new Matrix, man. Because you gotta go, you gotta go.
Colbert over Con.
So yeah, big pun.
You trying to make me crash, Pun? What is you talking about?
Hey, man,
why they want to push me, man?
Big G, settle, take deep breaths, man. You know. Last time, what was that you had to Sanford and Son about, man?
I had a heart attack.
Yeah, but what was it about? What happened?
When our draft from 2 years ago, I almost had a heart attack, man. And my signs was everywhere, and man, I listened to draft from 2 years ago. I thought we hit. So yeah, I had a heart attack.
Shannon, what's up, man? How you doing today, man?
It's been interesting ever since the Pickens trade news broke. I've seen a lot of different opinions, and I guess we'll get to share our own tonight.
Yeah, and first let me say, and then we'll just jump right into it. No, we'll take a quick break, get the first break out the way. We'll do two. Get the first one out the way, then come back and jump right into the George Pickens trade and each of our thoughts and things like that. But maybe Big G will give more rational thoughts. Not that his thoughts were wrong, but he just gave it to us with a ski mask on, saying like he was going to stick us up or something, man. Maybe we just can get regular G-Stradamus now. But yeah, man, so shout out some of the people in the live chat, G. We're going to take our first break, and we'll be right back after that, and we'll get to the Pickens trade.
What's cracking, Afton? What's going on, Craig? What's happening, Eve? Eric, man, what's going on? The Quad, Dennis Pavlak, Mark Malone, man. Mark Malone said he drank himself right into the real life matrix for real. Kathy, mother of Afton, what's cracking? Ma said, where's your shiesty, bro? I already done calmed down. Ma, you one of the main ones that's going to send me back to the dang on ski skirt, shiesty, and forces for real. Reginald Rivers, Claude, just back to Claude Bishop, not Sir Claude Bishop. Claude, what's cracking? Punishment, you out there, you already in the rubber room. Get up on out of here. Valley Ford, Rob Lightfoot, what's going on with you? Steelers girl, what's going on, baby doll? How you doing, man? John Caldwell in the building. Steelers Almighty. Steelers Almighty said he stand with me 10 toes down. He's with me all the way. That's what I'm talking about, 10 toes down, Almighty. That's what I mean, bruh. Who else we got over there? I saw Jar Devil, Eric Parker, Weekend Warrior, Trey Moore 86. Man, it's a lot of people in here, Tate, man. It's a whole lot of folks. Jar Devil is in here. How many people we got live? I can't see it right now, but it's a whole bunch. It's a whole bunch, bro.
Like 65 as of now.
Oh, yeah. Y'all know how we do.
But we 5 minutes in the show.
Yeah, we got to get to that 100. Y'all know how it go. We going to get to the 100. But that shout out. Joseph, what's happening? Joseph, man, I'm going to mess that last name up. Joseph, how you say that, Shannon? Miss Genovich? What's cracking, Joseph? Never seen you. John Caldwell, what's going on, man? We got a different people. He said, what Ma say? Don't fall down off into the rabbit hole of disappointment, G. Ma, I stays in the rabbit hole. Don't. What do you mean? Tell them, Shannon. They just don't understand where I'm at right now. Listen, I'm telling you, the only reason I'm calm is because the triple OG in the building. And the triple OG, he might, backhand smack me and say, get your mind right. So I'm not trying to go there right now. I'm trying to respect the triple. But man, but I'm telling you, first one of you Yankees get to tripping, gone, bro, gone. Tate, you ready?
I'm letting you get it all out, man.
Oh yeah, it's done. It's done right now. I'm calmed down. I'm calmed down a little bit. I'm not on the edge. I'm calmed down.
All right, well, we're gonna take our first break real quick. If you're watching on YouTube, we're not going anywhere. We're just gonna take a quick pause for the calls. If you listen on audio, we're gonna hear a few words from our partners and advertisers, and we'll be right back after this. Stay with us, please. We'll definitely be right back. And we're back on the Pump Your Brakes podcast. Your boy Tate in the building with the triple G Shannon White, Mr. Buckle Up, Mr. Crash Out, Mr. G Stradamus, Mr. Algorithm, Mr. Every name in the whole book. Big G in the building with us.
Don't forget 50-50. Don't forget 50-50.
50-50. Definitely that. That's the strongest applying name right now these past few weeks, man.
50-50 on the rise. 70-30 headed their way. 70-30.
Hey, man, the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers is saying, we've been here before. I'm not a Steeler, but I've seen y'all do this before with many of people. And he said, you know what he said, Big G? He's told Steeler Nation, Yinzers need to just relax. RELAX. We've been here with Mike Wallace, Antonio Brown, Chase Claypool, Juju Smith-Schuster, Emmanuel Sanders, Martavis Bryant. Man, so much that Deontay Johnson didn't even make this graphic. George Pickens. Every time the Steelers lose a wide receiver, it's typically a win. They know when to get off the wide receivers, no diddy. So with that being said, I believe in the Steelers, man. I believe George Pickens was going to be – they knew it was going to be a headache coming into camp. I'm sure there's been some discussion about contract, his agent. He unfollowing on social media, doing all kind of passive-aggressive stuff. He was fined 10 times in his career. I mean, like I said, a lot of the people in the live chat that's saying they crashing out and stuff like that, Big G included, wanted to trade him just 2 months ago. Wanted to trade him.
But
now it's like
Tate, that's not the reason. I crashed because they traded him after the draft. That's all I'm tripping. Listen, and I'm really tripping about it too. You traded him after the draft. That's all I'm saying, bro. What the hell are you thinking about?
There's obviously another move in play. Shannon, man, what's your thoughts on this, man?
Well, look at that list of wide receivers the Steelers have had. And I just think we're not fully giving Ben Roethlisberger enough credit. Ben made a lot of guys a lot of money. And once they started to have a lot of success, the reason they fell to where the Steelers could pick them was usually because of immaturity and lack of character. And once you start, say, oh, if he gets his big contract, he'll do better. No, that's when they show up worse. So, they could have picked up a receiver in the draft if this was a for sure thing that they were already talking to the Cowboys about. But I just had no faith in him. You asked me last week, what was the percentage I thought that he would get an extension? And what did I say, 10%?
Yep.
They weren't giving him any extension. He's immature. He's irresponsible. He's not a team player. Dallas, they got CeeDee Lamb. Maybe, having Prescott, a quarterback to get him the ball, maybe, he'll do better. I have no feelings one way or the other towards him. But to get a third-round pick out of him where he could implode once the season or the preseason gets here, and then the Steelers wouldn't even get a third-round pick. So the timing's not ideal. But I have no problem with Khan moving on. People's got to understand, Colbert's last 6 or 7 drafts were extremely mid, if not below par.
Facts.
Now, Khan is trying to rebuild a roster and clean up a roster filled with Kevin Colbert's mistakes. So I don't think it's fair to say that Khan is not doing a great job. I think he is when you look at the overall circumstances. So now we'll see what happens. Will they trade to bring in another guy? Will they sign a free agent? But regardless, there was no way they were going to keep him long term, and I'm absolutely fine with him moving on.
But Shannon, I'm telling you, I'm not tripping about it because I was calling for the trade for DK. I mean for GP, but the issue is the timing.
Yeah, I said the timing's not perfect.
The timing. And I don't know about you, but I don't feel comfortable walking into this season with the wide receiver room. We're right back where we were last year, Shannon.
Yeah, but the draft had to go through for Dallas to see that they needed another receiver. They didn't have a great draft or a great offseason. And so nobody was probably offering the Steelers a third-round pick or better prior to the draft.
Yeah, the draft, Dallas offered them a fourth round.
Yeah, so now Dallas is like, we'll give up a third round, and I think they had to do it when the time allowed it.
Yeah, we got a fifth in 2027 and a third in next year's draft. And listen, we got so many third-round picks, it's ridiculous. We got like 12 total picks. 12 guys is not getting drafted to make the 53-man roster next year for the Steelers. So some of these third-round picks that they have, it better turn into a guy. It better turn into a dude like Pierce over there in Indianapolis, a dude like Cortland Sutton out there in Denver, or Chris Olave down in New Orleans. It better a Pittman over in Indianapolis. It better turn into one of those guys. Because you're not making the room better, Shannon. That's all I'm saying. And you got all these picks, 12 picks. What the hell are we going to do with 12? They're not all making the team. Use the picks now to get a guy now to make you competitive in 2025. I guess that's the other part.
Who's to say Khan isn't already looking into doing that?
He better be.
I've already said, Big G, there's another shoe to drop, man. They're not going into the season with just these guys. This is May the 7th. Today, right now. Oh. Last year in camp, they still talking about trading for Brandon Ayuk and stuff like that. Brandon Ayuk was holding out a 49er camp. Camp was going on. Training camp.
Yeah.
Not mini camps or OTAs, training camp. We still were dealing with it. Omar's out in front of it right now. Pickens is going May the 7th. Between now and the start, when they go to Latrobe, will be somebody else on the roster that's another receiver that's good enough to be receiver 2.
I hope y'all right. Because I promise you, after June 1, if we don't have a dude, I'm losing it. Because it makes no sense. It makes no sense. The roster didn't get better.
Because you look at it right now today, they lost one player who's been fined 10 times his career, who shows up late to Christmas Day games, who's got so many unsportsmanlike penalties, who we've seen not give 100% effort, he's not getting the ball, all these problems. 2 months ago, you were saying trade him, get him out of here, he got to go. Now, what's the difference today?
Does anybody remember the end of last year and the lousy games he had to finish out that losing stretch? Yeah. One game he had no catches and 3 drops. I mean, listen, wherever highlight reel they keep showing on ESPN, I can show you a low light reel that's just as bad as the good one was good.
I agree.
Mean, I was so inconsistent. And they keep saying, well, Dallas has got 2 number ones now. Anybody thinks Pickens is the number one is crazy.
But Shannon, now, we know the Cowboys off to the 4th, and the Steelers said, okay?
Yeah.
In the 4th round, we took Jack Sawyer. And listen, let's go Bucks. You know how I feel about Ohio State. Let's go Bucks.
Yeah.
But if we knew we was going to get off a GP, why not trade him? That Aguilar kid out of Stanford went in the 4th round. Royals, the kid out of Utah State, went in the 4th round. The kid out of Colorado State went in the 4th round, wide receiver. All those kids are better than what we got in our room opposite DK right now. If you was going to trade him. There's no difference between the 3rd and the 4th. The 4th last year would have put him in position to get a number 2 to go with the dude. Now we out there searching.
You were just saying a couple weeks ago that you're not taking nothing less than a 2. You were saying that. I heard you say that.
Okay, but it didn't work like that.
A best player available, we all talk about. You get the best player available, and you could argue that Edge was a need as well. And they like Sawyer better than they liked any of those 3 receivers you mentioned, in my opinion. But again, the reason they waited is because they wanted at least the 3rd, and they got it. So success, hopefully Pickens will have success. And Dallas, I don't care. He's in the NFC. He's out of the Steelers' hair. And we don't have to worry about the lack of effort anymore. Yeah. I'm fine with it. Build this team up full of character guys, team first guys, and they will win. How they do it, we don't know yet. Don't know who the quarterback is going to be. Don't know who wide receiver 2 is going to be. And we might not have a quarterback the next year. We might be running Rudolph out there this year.
Claude Bishop got a super chat Tate for the 2. My bad, Shannon. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
man.
You didn't.
Yeah, let me know if super chats pop up.
It's up to Claude Bishop for the 2. Thank you, Claude. Next year's draft class is not as good a wide receiver group. That is facts. That is facts. As of right now, today, that is facts. There's not even a clear number 1 in next year's draft class. There's not even a clear number 2 in next year's draft class. Next year's draft class of wide receivers ain't that. They ain't that. Now, you can get you some defense next year. You might get you a quarterback, but you ain't getting no dub, no WR. Not like what you could have got this year. Nah.
I think this year was a down year. The year prior was the year to get a receiver.
Yeah.
This year wasn't that great. And next year, guys come out of nowhere. Somebody will have a big senior year or 2, and then there'll be some guys there. I'm just saying that if they really, the year they waited around for a hook and Cortland Sutherland and everybody else talking about trading and they got nobody, that was the year to get a receiver.
Yeah.
And they get them moved on and being prepared to move on for Pickens then. I don't think this year was the great year to draft a receiver other than Jack Bash. There was a couple of guys. Savion Williams out of TCU, another guy from TCU. They said he's looking great for the Panthers. So
Iowa State had 2 dogs. TCU had 2 dogs. Ohio State had a dog. Arizona had a dog. Colorado had a dog. Texas had 1 or 2 dogs. I mean, this is dudes that was straight up dog wide receivers. And then you had some of them off guys. Man, next year class ain't looking like that, bro. Juice Bellamy got a super chat, Tate.
Somebody will show up.
They'll come out of nowhere, exactly. Yeah.
Right, not out of nowhere. That will happen.
And guys will fall like Carson Beck did this year.
That is facts right there, too, Juice Bellamy. Carnell Tate is the number 1 wide receiver in next year's class, and Jordan Tyson is number 2. But guess what? Because they don't have the depth, those guys are going to go higher in the draft.
Well, the Steelers got room to make whatever moves they want. They got capital. They got plenty of capital. Was for a quarterback. Whether I heard Will Howard look good so far.
Yeah,
really good.
Yeah,
I mean, not that they don't draft nobody next year, but you can get a receiver. As long as you pick a receiver in the first 3 rounds, you're gonna get a good receiver.
I don't know, bro.
You might not get the guy in the draft, but you're gonna get a guy in the draft that can play.
I hear it, man, but listen, this is what I keep. I guess this is the other part of my crash out, bro. We got to stop saying about what's going on in the future. Let's worry about 2025. 2020, we have to get through. Listen, if all hell break loose, Tomlin ain't none of the coaches going to be on there next year. Smith, they all going to be gone if all hell break loose. So you prepare. You don't look for 20. Yes, you got future picks, but you don't play for 2026. You play for 2025. That's where we're at right now. The roster offensively is not as good as it was in 2024 going into 2025 as of May 7th. Could that change? Yes, but it's not as good. You have
the wide
to
receiver
play.
room is.
I don't know, bro.
DK Metcalf is way better than George Pickens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And last year, the only thing they had in the wide receiver room was George Pickens. So that's an upgrade in itself.
Okay.
And I still think they're going to pick up somebody else. So, I mean, the quarterback's the big unknown, but last year was two guys they got off the trash heap and nobody wanted. And they brought them in and it didn't work out. I mean, they were Vegas, the odds makers made them the worst team in the NFL this year, the Steelers, based on roster. I don't know if you read that.
I read it.
But now, I mean, what difference does it make? George Pickens wasn't winning him no Super Bowl.
That's facts. That I don't disagree with that, Shannon, but bro, like I said, man, and like I said, maybe it's because I'm not in the building. If I had an inkling of what was going on, it was cool when we knew about Justin and Russie and all whatever else. But right now, hush is the word. I guess too much stuff done leaked out. But they better listen. I trust Omar Khan, but he's got to show me he can recover for this.
Wait 1 second. Our buddy, Mr. Woody C.
Okay.
DK is a pro, just doesn't have the natural talent. He works harder than GP14. Yes, he works harder than GP14, but he is way more talented than GP14.
That
dude Shannon. Is a freak athlete, built like a linebacker, runs like a Darryl Green. Anybody that thinks that DK ain't athletic or a natural talent needs to watch him again.
That's fact, Shannon. That's fact. DK is a dog now. Don't get me wrong. DK ain't not to be slept on or played with.
No,
but you got to get him. You got to get him some other guy. Listen. Maybe we got this all wrong. Maybe Calvin Austin III has improved enough. Maybe Roman Wilson has finally learned the damn playbook and can stay healthy enough to get a helmet to get out on the field. Maybe Robert Woods is not as long in the tooth as we actually think. So maybe I'm crashing out prematurely, and maybe the Steelers say we got guys. But right now, no. We got to do something. And maybe they got a plan. I don't know. But it sure don't feel good, Shannon. It sure don't, Tate, it don't feel good, bro. I'm like, man. And it's like I said, it's all to do with the timing. It's all to do with the timing. If you're going to get a fourth round in the draft, trade him. Because you're going to trade him anyway. There's not that much big of a difference between the third and the fourth round. Trade him. Get the players that you need to build 2025. But to get 2025 together. Not 26, not 27. I could care less about 26 and 27. Let's get 25 together for the Steelers. Because it could all come burning down. That's the game you play. It's like Russian roulette. It could all come burning down right now. So you got to take care of 2025.
Well,
not 26.
You play for now with an eye on the future.
Yeah.
Because the Steelers this year, guys, I'm just telling it, and some people might just cry in their beer, but they're not a Super Bowl team this year.
That's facts.
I don't care if Aaron Rodgers comes. Yeah. They're not a Super Bowl team this year.
Yeah.
They're going to have to build to that. And there's teams that's already there. And now they will come back down. You know, unless they're like the Eagles that just keep drafting great and keep making those right maneuvers. This was the right maneuver. Trading Pickens for a third was the best they were going to get. And he's not the headache and a distraction like he was going to be, guaranteed. So this was the right move. And you still have the rest of the offseason to try to pick somebody else up.
Yeah, okay. Shannon, you done calm me down a little bit. You done calm me down.
I agree with Shannon 100%. There's another shoe to drop. And I don't think Calvin Austin or Roman Wilson is that number 2 guy, but they're good 3 and 4 guys. And they're going to get a number 2 guy. You know, the B Dirt text me. I saw earlier, but he just texted me. Gabe Davis got cut in Jacksonville today.
He did.
He's a good 2 receiver. He had a big season in Buffalo playing with Josh Allen. Couple big seasons.
Ain't it something how the quarterback's important for a receiver?
It's always.
I mean,
it's
like he goes to Jacksonville and he can't do nothing. So, did he just lose all his talent or did he lose Josh Allen?
That's because Trevor Lawrence is trash, but that's a whole nother conversation. I've been saying he garbage. Get him out of here.
Right. So yeah, I'm definitely with Shannon for all the reasons. And I believed in keeping GP early, like coming towards the end of the year, headed towards the end of the year.
Go on and put yourself in there, brother. Go on, no Diddy. Go on ahead. All right,
you like catching people for the no Diddy's, don't you? But you don't want to never admit when you do it.
No, I admit it. Y'all just be searching.
Hey, everybody keeps putting on here Amari Cooper, Keenan Allen.
Hell no.
Some guys in free agency.
No Diddy.
You got to chill.
Hey,
go ahead, Shannon.
Why not bring in a guy for a look-see as a wide receiver too? And
I like Keenan Allen a lot.
I mean, that's a reliable guy on third down. And because, again, they're going to have to establish that running game this year. Because, if it's Mason Rudolph or whoever it is.
Man, Amari
you got
cancer.
I prefer, and I said that with Kirby on the last show, I prefer Keenan Allen to Amari Cooper. And you'd have DK's in his prime. You have Keenan Allen, who's past his prime, but who's a solid vet to teach Roman Wilson and Calvin Austin. And then you draft a guy next year. I mean, and you're a little less talented, but you got less headaches and less people crying for the ball because it's my contract year and blah, 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 blah. Whole bunch of relief.
Claude got a super chat, Tate. See him over there. He talking. I didn't even see the whole thing, what he said, but I seen it. Claude Bishop, man.
Thanks, Claude, for the hot Nick. Where were you, Big G?
The stupid trade will definitely affect the run game. DK will see more double teams every play, 9 in the box with a young O-line. Claude, facts. Facts. Fact. At least 8 in the box. 8 in the box.
There's something to that, but I think they'll have better tight end play. I think Arthur Smith will be able to run more of what his offense is, and you'll see more Fryer move. I think Darnell Washington gets more involved. Big G, you had Darnell Washington scoring like 4 or 5 touchdowns last year. Didn't happen. I can see that happening in 2025, though.
If we get a quarterback to throw the ball in the middle, if we get a quarterback to throw the ball down the middle, yeah.
I'm already looking at things like Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback. And we talked about this already, or it's on the docket to talk about. Let's get into it real quick. We said in the show script that Aaron Rodgers has made a commitment, not to the Steelers, but word on the street is Aaron Rodgers has gotten married. He was at the Kentucky Derby in photos and pictures and stuff with a wedding ring, a ring on his wedding finger.
Facts.
And he said called his fiance when he talked about Pittsburgh and Pat McAfee show last month about, he has a serious relationship and a fiance now and stuff. So maybe he went ahead. He's getting all these little personal things out the way, taking care of his family, helping his friends affected by the fire, getting married, going on his quick honeymoon, and then coming out the cave and coming to Pittsburgh. What do you guys think?
Shannon, go ahead, man. Because I don't know. I ain't sold on Rodgers coming to Pittsburgh yet. I'm not sold. I don't think he is.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'll talk about it if something happens.
Yeah, I don't think Rodgers is showing up, bro. I don't think Rodgers is showing. And then you
guys should be happy because me and Claude disagree vehemently about this trade. He says it's a stupid trade. I totally disagree. So he's going to give you guys some love this week.
Yeah, like I said, man. So let's play worst case, best case scenario. Worst case scenario, 12 don't show up to play quarterback. They don't sign another wide receiver. Okay. We're in trouble. Best case scenario, 12 shows up and they get a dog to go with DK. Where we at on that? Tate, you always say I'm 50-50. I'm 50-50 if that even happens, bro. 50-50, because it might not happen. And we know the Steelers. The Steelers traditionally aren't aggressive like that. So, man, I don't know.
Traditionally when you going back to Colbert again. You can't, put shiest on Colbert and then say, oh, Omar Khan is this. Now you saying we don't traditionally do that. You going back to Colbert when you say that.
7-10 and 10-7 isn't making a difference. You're still not going to win nothing.
Shannon, 7-10 is Tomlin might get fired.
I don't think so. I don't think Steelers would fire him. I mean, he'll walk away. He won't get fired. But here's what I'm saying. Worst case scenario, Rodgers don't come. They don't get another receiver. Mason starts the year, but they don't have enough. And they're trying to grow the offensive line, the running game. Johnson becomes the starter at running back. Will Howard, they finally go to him. They end up having a 7-10 year, and then they're closer to the top of the first round, and they don't have to give up as much to move up. But either way, it's not a big deal. Everybody's worrying about, we got to make the playoffs this year. That's everybody's new standard, and I can care less about that standard.
Still a girl. What's crack? 277. Girl, what's happening, man? She said $4.99 for the super chat. She said championship teams play for each other. He isn't that. Eagles, Buckeyes, let's go Bucks. Steelers play for who have won Super Bowls. All say the team play for each other. So she's talking about GP. GP don't play for nobody. Okay, I'm with that. Because listen, he's a crash out. Don't get me wrong. Like you said, find and dropping. He had more drops than anybody last year. Fumbles, all kind of little stuff that he does. Crazy penalties. Yeah, he does do that. But man, but the potential. I understand it, man. Man, I'm just frustrated, man. Just frustrated.
Potential is the most overused word in NFL football.
Thank you, Steeler Girl, for the super chat. Production is what matters, I agree, but potential is a good thing to fall back on. But I don't care about that with GP. Big G.
Yeah.
Who's got the most? What coaching staff has got the most out of one or two of the biggest crash outs ever? Biggest crash outs ever, I'll say right now, as I see the last 20 years of wide receiver, Terrell Owens and Antonio Brown.
That's facts. That's facts.
And Terrell Owens went from team to team. He played for, what's his name he played for in San Francisco? The guy that be on the NFL Network. Used to coach San Francisco.
Reddick?
What are you talking about? The 49ers?
No, George Seifert?
Yes.
Mariucci.
Yeah, Mariucci. Yeah, he coached them a long time ago, but yeah.
But that's when Terrell Owens playing for.
Yeah.
And he learned under Jerry Rice, but T.O. crashed out. But I say that to say, and Antonio Brown, Mike Tomlin got the best out of Antonio Brown for 8 or 9 seasons. You think Mike Tomlin don't know crash out candidates and who's worth it, who's not worth it? He kept AB as straight as he could for 9 years, and 6 or 7 of him being one of the top receivers in the league. Mike Tomlin knows crash out characters and talent.
According to reports today that I seen, Mike Tomlin is the one that instigated the trade.
I support him, Omar, Mr. Rooney. I support them guys, man. I mean, I think Steeler fans, I've said it before, we all a little spoiled because, they wanted Mason to start after 23. Give him a chance. Give him an opportunity. Mason left, didn't do good, came back. Now you don't want Mason no more. Trade GP 2 months ago. Traded today. Oh, what are you doing? You trade GP. Man, we can't. Y'all move the goalposts too much. We can't keep up.
That ain't moving the goalposts. The timing sucked. You can't justify the
Big G.
timing. It sucked.
If you traded Pickens 2 months ago, you didn't have DK yet when you was talking about trading him.
They could have traded him on draft day for a fourth, and they said no. And there's not that much difference between a fourth and a third, especially when
It is to other teams when next year you looking to make moves. So now they got 3 third-round picks, I think. Their own third, Dallas third, and the compensatory third.
They have
They
12
got a
total
fourth,
picks next
a
year.
fifth, a sixth, and all their own picks.
Yeah, they got 12 total. 12 total picks next year. Chaz H for the super chat for the $1.99. Would you trade 90 and 39 and just go for the rebuild? Hell yeah. We might as well. We might as well. If we gonna go
Where's
for it,
super chat
if we just had it up there. If we gonna go for it, let's go for it. Let's clean house. Let's go. If we gonna build a roster, let's go and do it. We ain't got a franchise quarterback.
I already said that.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I've been saying all along.
Yeah.
Don't give TJ Watt the monster deal to appease the ego, so he's paid $1 more than Garrett. Minka has took a step back. You don't need these high-priced guys if you're not you're a contender. You're rebuilding. Get more talent, more young talent. Find your next guys that can grow with the team. Because time the Steelers are a Super Bowl contender, that's another year or two on Watt, and he ain't gonna be the same guy.
That's right. That's right. And we ain't got it right now.
And give them a chance to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Well, at least win a playoff game.
Yeah.
TJ ain't never won a playoff game.
Now, if you get 12 and a Pittman or a Pierce or a Sutton or an Olave to go opposite DK, no, then you hold on to them. But if you walk into the season and OTAs and you ain't got 12 and you ain't got nobody opposite of DK, go on and get off of them. Go on and get it. Because guess what you're going to get for Watt? A first and a third. Guess what you're going to get from Minka? A second and probably a fifth or a sixth. Go on into full rebuilding. Go on ahead. Steeler fans are spoiled in that capacity. We don't lose, but we don't really rebuild. So if you're going to do the damn thing, do it. Clean house and let's go. Start over. Start from scratch, man.
We don't rebuild to fall all the way off. We make moves that help keep us competitive, but still trying to get better. Now, some people want to go the crash out route and tank out and come back up. But you trade TJ and Minka this offseason, you're going to be further behind than you would in 26 than you would be right now in 26. So you're pushing it further out.
Bro, if you trade
somewhere
Watt
in there,
right
you
now,
got to have growing pains.
That's correct.
That's what they're going through now.
The Steel Curtain Dynasty had a lot of growing pains, but they all got to grow under pressure, in game action, and they become a dynasty. The late 1900s there, 1998, 99, and until Beckham, there was a lot of growing pains. They made it to the AFC Championship game, and then they went 6-11, or 6-10. So there has to be that growing pain year or two, and the Steelers are trying to avoid that, and it's almost impossible to completely rebuild with doing it that way.
Yeah.
Just remember the Eagles, 2 years ago, had a terrible season.
Yeah. But, Shannon, you're right. And y'all remember back in them 90s squads, right? Remember all the Steelers was pissed. We got rid of Rod Woodson. We got rid of Chad Brown. We got rid of Mike Vrabel. We ran all them dudes out of there, right? And we rebuilt. And when we rebuilt and we got Ben, the rest is history, dog.
Mike Vrabel wasn't Mike Vrabel until he got to New England. He wasn't that. He was good in Pittsburgh. Yeah, he was. But I'm saying, so don't say we got rid of him. Like, no, we got rid of, let Rod Woodson go. That's more comparable to TJ and Minka's status as far as Steelers go. Not Mike Vrabel. He just hit somewhere else later.
Chad
Brown was none either.
They
didn't run him out. He was never that guy. Chad Brown was a good player, a good Steeler, but he wasn't that. He wasn't on TJ Watt and Minka level.
I agree. But that's what I'm saying. That's what you got to do to rebuild. Sometimes you got to do addition by subtraction. Mm-hmm. And right now we're in limbo. right now. We're in limbo. We're in basically purgatory. We're but somewhere between 7-10 and 10-7, just like Shannon said. We're in purgatory, and we're going to stay stuck there. You got to do if you're going to get rid of a guy like GP, who's like, I understand he's a crash out, but if you're going to clean house, let's clean house. Let's do what we need to do to be better. Because unlike y'all, if we walk into 2026 with 2 first rounds, add another third, now we got 5 freaking third rounds. We get two seconds because we traded. We get a second to trade Minka. Come on, bro. Let's go. Tate, you muted. You about to get the big fine.
I deserve the big fine for that one. Because I'm sitting here saying, how long will it take all them players to develop? How long?
Quick.
Okay, you say that. Now you looking at the future. You're not talking about 2025. Now you looking way out to the future. Which one is it going to be? 50-50?
Quick. Listen, 2026, and I got 2 first rounds, 2 seconds, and about 5 or 6 thirds. Rebuild quick. Quick. And ain't no quitting. And ain't no slow. It ain't no slow. It's a quick one. Right? But go ahead.
No, how does that work for some of the teams that's had lots of high draft picks? The Cleveland Browns have 11 top 5 picks in the past 30 years. The Steelers
Browns
have
is
won
trash.
1970.
The
Okay, and they
Browns
got all these high draft picks.
But they trash. They don't have our organization. They're not that comparing the Browns and them trash teams to the Steelers. No way. But Cowher had to bite the bullet, dog. They had to suck for a little while to get the roster right. They had to suck for a while to get it right. So if you're gonna be trash, be trash. That's go on, Claude. Big facts. Go on, Claude. Go on, Claude. Claude's staying up out of that matrix tonight, boy. Because I'm telling you, man, this is I don't get it. You're not putting us in a position to do better. Man, I'm frustrated, bro. And listen, I'll probably feel like at least 50 to 60% of the Steeler fans out there. They're frustrated because they're like, what are we doing? We take 2 steps forwards and 3 backwards. 2 forwards and 3 back. If you're going to go back, go back 7. and then get the capital that you need to get back up 8 or 9 or 10 and then stay up there. Versus I ain't just 2 and 3 going back and forth. Stop that, bro. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's horrible. And it's quite honestly, it's getting old. Quite honestly, it's getting old.
Getting old. It's been old.
Yeah.
Everybody's fine, man. They won 10 games, 11 games, and then they'll complain all offseason that we're on this merry-go-round that we can't get off of. And then the Steelers try to make some moves to actually try to improve the team and move forward and get a 3rd-round pick when the best they got offered before was the 4th. They got a 3rd. Now everybody's complaining about the timing. Well,
there you go.
not everything is going to be the perfect timing, but you still got to make the move.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine. Everybody's acting like George Pickens was a lot more than he was.
Yeah, you got Fire Tom. You got people. Reg Rivers says, I'm taking 7. What's he saying?
Where?
I'm taking 7. What's that mean, Reg?
I don't know. I don't know what that means, bro.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we're going to take our last break and come back and try and put together a quick 53-man roster for the Steelers as we move into training camp. Way too early, 53. We're just going to talk it out real quick. And we'll be right back after this break. Please stay with us. Have a few words. If you listen to audio, have to hear a few words from our advertisers and partners. We'll be right back after this. And we're back for the final part of Pump Your Brakes on a Wednesday night. Your boy Tate here in the building with the Triple OG Shannon White and the lit, too legit to quit, Big-G in the building. Fellas, 53-man roster. Let's run through it real quick. I'm going to ask each of you, Real quick, Big G, the running back room.
Keeping 3. Atwell,
Gainwell.
Johnson,
Gainwell.
Johnson, Gainwell, Johnson, Warren.
Shannon.
I agree. That's the 3.
Oh, okay. Wide receiver room.
Well, we
So
don't know. We know
that's the as of right now.
We know DK Metcalf, Roman Wilson, Calvin Austin, Robert Woods. Then you got some guys.
Skoranek gonna make it.
Yeah, he probably will make it. Yeah, because he's a good blocker, special teams guy. And then you're going to find out. But I think they're going to pick up somebody else. So,
yeah.
So that would be your 6. Somebody else.
Yeah.
Yep.
Big G. Same as Shannon?
I agree, except for, and see this pissed me off too. You brought the crash out in from Memphis that has all the potential in the world, but he's a crash out too. And that they might mess around and let Rock Taylor make it. And he's a crash out just like GP. So what was the point? So Rock Taylor might be my difference.
Yeah, but he was undrafted. You have nothing in him.
That's correct.
Nothing invested in him because the nothing in him will get you a big trip to Diddy Land, Shannon.
No Diddy.
No Diddy, Shannon. A quick trip. A quick trip to No Diddy Land. A quick one.
Right. All right, so that's 9 players.
Yep.
Okay, so now the quarterback room.
3. Any way you cut it. Either 12, Mason Rudolph, or Howard, or Mason Rudolph, Howard, and Skylar Big Trash Thompson.
You think so if 12 don't sign, why do we keep calling him 12, man? Is he gonna be 12? You think if he comes to Pittsburgh, he gets 12? I know
12.
Shannon, we talk about this. No.
12.
No 12, G? You say 12.
12. Give him 12.
I wouldn't mind seeing it. I mean, in Steeler, obviously in Steeler, he hasn't accomplished more than Terry Bradshaw, but career-wise, Terry Bradshaw got 200 touchdowns and 200 interceptions. He's a 4-time Super Bowl winning quarterback. You can never take that from him. He played for a machine. So 3 quarterbacks. I agree with 3 quarterbacks. Shannon, your quarterbacks are as of right now.
I agree. It just depends.
But I think if Skylar Thompson is the 3rd, they bring in somebody else. They can beat Skylar Thompson out. So I don't know if he would be the 3rd.
Yeah, well, they could be somebody cut in the preseason, surprise cut, or there's a few backups I'd like to have that I think have starting potential down the road. So they'll just have to see what's available.
And that's if Aaron Rodgers doesn't sign. So
exactly.
That's 12 players in your running backs, receivers, and quarterbacks. 12. Tight ends. Shannon first.
Well, Fairmouth, Mount Washington, and Parnham.
Okay.
And I think they only go 3 practice squad. You might get that Galbraith kid on the practice squad.
Oh,
the undrafted rookie.
Yeah.
Connor Hayward, bye-bye.
Yes, I think that experiment's over.
Ooh,
Shannon. Okay, I'm all right, Shannon. I'm with you.
Hey, I ain't mad at it. The ones he named, though, I wouldn't mind seeing. I think Connor Hayward, at the very least, if he's not on the roster, he's on the practice squad, definitely.
Yeah, probably. He could do
I don't think they just put him on the street. not Cam's baby brother. So you pick 3, so that takes our number up to 15. Big G, your 3 tight ends, or however many tight ends.
I'm with Shannon, but Hayward, I don't know. I'm on the ledge with Hayward. I'm on the ledge, but I'm with 3. I think they're gonna go 3 regardless. 3 tight ends.
So 15 players.
Yep.
Now, that typically gives you 8 to 9 to work with for the line.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and name them. I think you all agree on the starters, right?
Yep. Jones, Siamalu, Frazier, McCormick, Fautano. There's your
Agreed, Shannon?
starters.
Yes.
That's 5. That gets us up to 20. Now, however many backups you want. What are you thinking, G?
You got to get Spencer Anderson because he can play 2 positions. So that's one guy. I think you're going to get Ryan McCollum. He's going to make the team. I think Dylan Cook is going to make the team. And then Max Sharping might be pressing to try to make the team. Or that undrafted kid they got out of, where was he out of, Shannon? North Dakota or one of them small schools. He's a big kid. He's like 6'4", 336 pounds. So he might make the
And his RAS score was high, but nah, he's a practice squad guy. He's not making it.
My 4, let's say 4 backups.
So you got 4 offensive linemen backup. That's gonna take us to 9. That's gonna put your offensive team at 24.
But I think it's definitely Spencer Anderson, McCollum, Cook, and probably Calvin Anderson.
Yeah, that sounds right, Shannon.
Yeah.
So you like Cook over the kid they got from Lithicum from the Patriots, I think? That's not his first name is Lithicum or something like that.
Yeah, I'm just not that familiar with him. But I think that Cook, they like Cook enough to keep him around last year. So I think that he has a advantage there. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. So how many backups did you pick, Big G?
4.
All right, so that's 24.
Yeah.
Okay, so we obviously keep Boswell. Agree?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
No, ain't no doubt. He's the best player on the damn team.
20. That's 25. Who's the punter?
The kid that came in last year for when the old boy from the Houston Texans got hurt from the Buckeyes. I can't remember the kid's name, but he's going to make the squad. The punter is.
Cameron Johnson got hurt, and Corliss Waitman was the one that
Waitman.
Waitman going to make the team. Yeah.
Agreed?
I think Waitman, he only had the one shank there last year. He did really good.
Yep.
That's 26 with special teams. I mean, you got
to get a snapper.
What, 20? Oh, yeah, snapper.
Yeah. We'll carry one. It don't even matter who he is, but we're going to carry one snapper. We carry
Probably the same dude it was. What's his name?
Christian Kuntz or Kuntz. Christian Kuntz, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 27. Now you got 26 defensive spots. And assuming they obviously out of 53, you got to make your special teams too. So let's go ILBs first. So we got 27 offensive special team kickers and holders. Now we can get 26 defense. So inside linebacker room, Shannon.
Well, you got Peyton Wilson.
Yep.
And
Queen.
Daggone it.
Patrick Queen.
Patrick Queen.
Yep.
I don't know. We don't have Roberts anymore.
Nope.
You've got
Cole Holcomb.
I'd love to see Holcomb make it all the way back. They said that they think he can. So
and Bruner, and you got Bruner's son, baby Bruner, that we got in the 6th. That's it.
So it'd come down to Bruner and Mark Robertson battling out for that last spot.
So they keep 4?
Yeah, I think you keep 4 because I think you're going to have more defensive linemen and more edge guys this year.
Okay, 4. All right. I'm with that, Tate. There's a 4.
He said, I was looking up something. He said, Queen, Wilson, Bruner.
Holcomb.
You keep Bruner?
Bruner and Holcomb.
Mark Robinson's
Bruner
out.
or Robertson, whichever one wins out of there.
They're not keeping Harrison, who they just signed.
No, see, that's who I couldn't remember. That's what I was trying to.
Oh, yeah, that changed the rule. Harrison number 3.
Yeah.
Harrison number 3. So they're going to go Queen, Wilson, Harrison, and then Holcomb, Bruner, and Robinson got to fight for that 4th one.
You just named 6, 7 people.
I forgot about Harrison because Harrison can play a little edge too.
No, you got Queen, You got Queen, Harrison, Wilson. There's 3.
Yeah.
Them 3 gonna make it. But then you're gonna have 3 guys that's gonna fight for one spot.
I think
Robertson,
will make it if
Holcomb,
he's
and
healthy
Bruner.
enough.
But Robertson, Holcomb, and Bruner are gonna fight for that last spot. They keeping 4 inside LBs. That's it.
If Holcomb is 4, then Bruner has more value because he's younger, he's cheaper, and he's special teams.
That's facts. That's fact. And I've been saying all along, Bruner got to start eating cheeseburgers because he's 6'2", 227. We need to get about 10 on him before the season starts. So he got to go on a strict cheeseburger, double cheeseburger diet from now to about late July. He needs to have a double hit of double cheeseburgers every day.
So four ILBs.
Yep.
Maybe 5 because Harrison can play outside if he needs to, and so can Peyton Wilson.
That's facts.
So
That's
you
facts.
know what I'm saying? It might allow them to keep an extra guy there and not as many edge guys.
Yep.
All right, well, let's go right to edge. That's 4. So okay, say 5 inside linebackers. So now you got 21 spots left. What do you do at edge?
4. Sawyer, Watt, Highsmith, and Herbig. That's it.
Yep.
Cut the deck.
Yeah, that's it
4.
right there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Sawyer,
Herbig,
Watt, Highsmith,
Highsmith.
and Herbert.
That's it.
So Jeremiah Moon is gone.
Gone.
With the versatility and positional flexibility, I think he might be gone. Yeah.
Right, with Harrison. Definitely with Harrison and Wilson. Yes.
So that's 9. That take you to 17 spots left. And you got the secondary and the D-line to talk about. Which one y'all want to do first?
D-line.
D-line, yep.
All right, go ahead, D-line. Shannon, you go first on this one.
All right, well, you got Hayward.
Yep.
And you got Benton.
Yep.
And you got Harmon.
Yep.
You got William Black.
Yep.
You got
the kid they got from the New England Patriots. The kid they got from the Patriots.
Yeah. Yep. It's Xdale, ain't it? If I say it right?
Daniel Exhale.
Yeah.
Ekuale. He gonna make it. There's 5.
Who is that?
They got
Equale.
Yes.
From the Patriots. Yeah, he gonna make the squad. There's 5. And then they might, so the 6th spot, now I think Logan Lee gonna make it. There's 6.
Yeah.
So I think Logan Lee gonna make it. So now if they keep 7, it's gonna come down to either Loudermilks, Lowry, or Leal. One of those 3 is gonna make it. 2 out of 3 gonna get cut. So if Loudermilk make it, there's 7.
I think Lowry is just, if you got your Quale, you don't need Lowry.
Yep, gone.
So
I think
you keep Loudermilk, and I think Leal's gone. He don't fit the Steelers' D.
Yep.
The way the Steelers like versatility, I can see Leal still having higher upside than Loudermilk. I think this is just me talking to you guys. I mean, I'm not giving my whole thing. I just think far as between Loudermilk and Leal. Leal was out last year, or they let him go, and they brought him back for a 1-year deal, and they can cut him again. I think Leal was starting to play good last year before he got injured. I think you got him and Sawyer together. They both can kind of move around a little bit. I think, that because the Steelers are big on versatility, like Shannon said about Harrison and Peyton Wilson. That could cause Jeremiah Moon to get moved. Them guys are versatile as far as, can play maybe a 5, a small 5, but a rush 5 technique and just do some different stuff. I don't know. So I like Leal over Loudermilk, me personally. But how many guys you got so far there?
7.
Okay. Is that it? 7? They carry 8.
7.
I say 7, and that's a good rotation.
Yep. 7.
Okay, so to name them off again. Cam.
Yep.
Keanu.
Yep.
Harmon,
Yep.
Yaya, Waya Black, 4.
Yep.
You said Equale is 5.
Yep. Logan Lee, 6.
Logan Lee.
It's 6.
And Louder Milk for Shannon.
Yep.
And Louder Milk for you.
Yep.
Okay. I just say Liao. Okay, so 7. So now that leaves 9 spots for the secondary.
Yep. So that's
Gene,
easy.
you go first on that one.
So you go Porter, Slay, Trice, Minka. What's my man? The other man that plays safety, Elliott. There's 5. Trice is 6. Beanie,
you said Trice
7.
already. You said Trice already.
So Beanie 6.
Yeah.
Eccles.
Eccles is 7.
Eccles, yeah.
Probably the kid that got drafted late, Kent. He's probably 8. And Thornhill is 9.
Anything you disagree with, Shannon?
No, I agree with that.
So you think Kent has a better chance to make it than Castro, the undrafted out of Iowa?
Well, he could be kind of – because they say the Castro could play a little slot, but it has to be against a slower receiver tight end, where Kent can run. And he's a pretty good tackler for his size. So that could come down to that last spot.
Mark Malone, so we're not keeping that many D tackles.
Yeah, we got to keep 3 of them because they just got drafted.
2 of them got drafted, right?
Right, but I'm saying between them.
Oh, no, Sawyer, you count Sawyer. No.
Yeah, and Keanu Benton, you got to keep all of them dudes, man. They ain't going nowhere.
Well, Sawyer, we count Sawyer and linebacker.
You're correct.
But yeah, I think they want to rotate it, so I think they do keep at least 7. There's a world they can keep 8.
Yeah.
There's a world they can keep 8,
yeah.
but they keep at least 7. So, Mark Malone, appreciate your comment, man. You always rock with us. We definitely appreciate you. But right now, you going to the new country or the old country.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Feel sorry. Still feel bad for you, Mark. Had to go. Feel bad for you, bro. Had to go.
Yeah, Ron Hahn thinks Castro. Man, I think Castro can make it over Kent too. I think Kent could be because I had Castro going the 4th or 5th round. A lot of mocks.
Mm-hmm.
Kent was that 7th round pick. I think with Eccles and Beanie Bishop, one of those 2 can be the slot, and you develop Kent on the practice squad. He can be a backup. Something happened to Calvin Austin, punt returner. I like him there, but I don't know if I like him. I think you waste a potential roster spot in the secondary if you keep him. So the number fits. I got one different player. I like Castro. Played in the Big Ten, was a good player on a good defense. The physicality to play physical slots and blitz from that position. Kind of the Mike Hilton type player, but a little better in coverage than Mike Hilton was.
Yep.
But he's really safety. He's more of a true safety that can slide into the slot. Versus Hilton,
right.
That can slide back to safety in a pinch.
Right, but Beanie is a true slot, and Eccles is a slot with outside capability. So I think those 2, but Castro is just another chess piece. You're not going to put Kent back in as safety, but you can put Castro as one of the safeties and also bring him up in the slot if you need that, if something happens to Beanie or Eccles. So, again, the versatility component of what Tomlin and TA like, I can see it going that way.
They talking about Killebrew. Killebrew might be adios muchachos, my friend. he might
It's
be up
hard
outta
for a
here.
rebuilding team to have a specialist, and especially a special team specialist.
Correct.
You know, I
Same
didn't mention James Pierre in the secondary, and I'm a big Pierre fan, and he's a great gunner on the outside. But I think they got other guys that can do that now.
Lightfoot said he want to bet corner time that Leal makes the 53 man. Who you trying to bet? Shannon, you gonna bet him? Shannon, you gonna bet him? Who betting him?
I don't bet corner time.
Shannon said he bet bread.
I stand in the middle of the ring and brawl. I'm a bare knuckles guy.
That's what I'm talking about, Shannon. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm not going in the corner.
That's what I'm talking about. The triple has spoken.
I already said Leal made it, so it got to be to you, Big G.
Bet it. Hell, I don't care. 15 minutes. Bet it.
All right.
Bet it.
Hey, this we documenting this. It's on tape. It's on record. Big G. We gonna remember this. Got the receipt.
Yeah.
So with that being said, fellas, we got through 53. I like the squad as it looks right there. Well, what'd you say about Vegas? They said Steelers got the worst 53-man roster?
They said the odds were they would be the worst team in the NFL.
Facts.
Oh my
As
God.
specially constructed last week.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Facts.
Yeah,
They sure said that.
They get people to buy in at this time. I should buy in this time because I know some things gonna be done still. I should go ahead and bet some right now. Because I'll bet the over whatever it is too.
Watch what the schedule release come out next week, and how are they gonna be talking about we're gonna get 6 wins. Watch. I promise you. When the schedule release comes out next week, they're gonna be talking about we're gonna be good 6-11.
The Steelers have more uncertainty at quarterback than any other team right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, that's why they're saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. What's Big Pun say?
He said, Leal Loudermilk. Either way, neither one won't matter. That's fact. Yeah, because Loudermilks is almost up on out of there. Leal definitely up on out of there. But Loudermilks is almost on out of there too, bro. He's almost on out of there. We're going to have to do something different.
You just bet that Leal don't make it. Not me, but I think he does over Loudermilk anyway. Yeah. So the Steelers trade up in the 5th to get – they both 5th-round picks, ain't they?
Yep.
Or Leal a 5th-rounder. No, Leal might be
one's a 5th and one's a 6th.
No, Leal was drafted higher than that. What's his name?
Juke Bellamy said they both trash, so don't even matter. He said they shouldn't. And listen, if either one of them boys got to sustain a substantial amount of time on the field for the Pittsburgh Steelers, we in trouble. That's why we drafted all that depth. That's why we got all that depth on the defensive line.
Third round pick.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Well, that's why we've got Harmon and Sawyer and Black. Because the guys in $299 against the Baltimore Ravens, bro. It ain't happening this year.
And he's 24 years old. So I'm betting on Leal. That's it. But so fellas, before we get out of here, anything to say, Shannon? Anything going on, man?
No, I just looking forward to seeing what the Steelers try to do to address the wide receiver room a little more and give us something to talk about next week.
Yeah, I see that myself.
Claude Bishop, Tate and Shannon, you two were great tonight. But Big G gets the game ball tonight because he's got great points. Shocking, ain't it? Claude, you lucky you gave the 5 and gave me a compliment because I sure thought you was headed to the rubber room. I sure thought. But we appreciate the $5, Claude. Thank you so very much for rocking with us, man. We appreciate you.
Claude. Thanks, Claude. You don't got to go to the Matrix, but Big G, when Leal make a team, got to go.
Go stand in the corner now. Well, I was going to stand.
That's where Big G going.
Over there crashing out. Over
With
there
that
crashing
being
out
said,
there.
everybody, thanks for joining us. We got to like 210 watchers at one time. We really appreciate everybody. Mark Malone, you right. Leal was the third, pick 84. Just like our boy Caleb Johnson was pick 83. And I believe Darnell Watson was pick 85. This some good third-round picks. Well, Leal ain't proved himself yet, but some talented third-round picks. That's why that third for Pickens going to mean something next year. Going to mean something, Big G.
It better mean something. It better.
Well,
That's all I'm saying.
If Pickens go to Dallas and be a thorn in Dak's side and mad he not getting the same amount of looks as CD Lamb, or mad because Schottenheimer wanted to run the ball and Schottenheimer don't got no experience in dealing with head cases, well, he got to deal with Micah Parsons. So, yeah, man, nothing against Dallas. I still think Dallas is the third best team in that division.
There you go. That's for Dallas as we go out the door. Dak is trash. Get him out of here. I hope all the bad things in the world happen to the Cowboys and only the Cowboys. Get him out of here. Bye-bye, GP. I crashed out for you, but bye-bye.
Deuces, GP. We holler at you, man. We don't see you next year, but we out. Shannon, take us home.